Welcome to the Explainer. So, you love sports. Ever thought about actually making a career out of it? Today, we're going to dive into the world of sports management education and help you figure out your next big move. You know, the legendary Johan Cruyff once said something that really gets to the heart of it all. He believed that the people who should be leading sports organizations are the ones who are truly, deeply passionate about sports. It's a simple idea, right? But it's so powerful. And that passion is the real engine driving so many people into this incredible industry. Okay, so you've got the passion. That's step one. But now comes a really important question. How do you actually want to learn the business side of things? Because it's not just about what you learn, it's really about how you learn it. Broadly speaking, you're looking at two main paths. You can think of it like this. Are you someone who learns best by being in the stadium or in the classroom? One way is all about practical, hands-on experience, getting out there and learning by doing. The other's more of a deep dive into the playbook, understanding the theories and structures that make the sports world tick. Both can get you where you want to go, but they are very different journeys. So that experiential path, which places like the Cruyff Institute have really mastered, is all about total immersion. Seriously, imagine taking study trips to major sports hubs like Barcelona and Amsterdam, getting actual face time with industry leaders, being a part of major sporting events. You're not just studying the industry from a distance, you're living inside it. On the other hand, there's the academic route. You'll find this at universities like UCFB or through cool partnerships like the one between the Cruyff Institute and the Universitat Autònoma de Barcelona. This is for those of you who really want to get into the nitty-gritty, to master the science behind the sport. We're talking about dissecting everything from financial models and legal frameworks to the marketing strategies that fuel this multi-billion-dollar machine. All right, so who are the heavy hitters in sports management education? Let's pull up the 2024 Sport Business Postgraduate Rankings and see which programs are really leading the pack. So here's a look at the top dogs globally and in Europe. In the US, UMass Amherst is holding down that #1 spot. In Europe, the CIES FIFA Master is just a total powerhouse. But wait, look at this. An online program from the Johan Cruyff Institute has cracked the top 3. That is a huge deal. It just goes to show that you don't necessarily have to be on campus anymore to get a truly world-class education. And speaking of dominance, get this. The CIES FIFA Master has been ranked #1 in Europe for 12 consecutive years. 12! That kind of consistency is just unreal. And it tells you everything you need to know about the program's elite status and its incredibly deep connections within the industry. So why do you see so many US programs dominating the global charts? Well, a big piece of the puzzle is simply history. Take Ohio University, for instance. They started their program way back in 1966. That's over half a century of graduates who are now the leaders and decision makers all across the sports world. That creates an alumni network that is just unbelievably powerful. And all that history feeds into what people call the American advantage. These programs are right in the middle of a massive, commercially developed sports market. So what does that mean for students? It means more internships, more connections, and a much clearer path to landing a fantastic job right after graduation. But look, rankings aren't everything. A program that's ranked #1 in the world might not be the #1 program for you. So let's move past the leaderboards for a minute and break down the key ingredients you should actually be looking for. First up, the faculty. You want professors who aren't just academics. You want people who are still active in the sports industry. Why? Because they're teaching you what's happening right now, and more importantly, their connections can become your connections. Second, employability. The best programs are obsessed with getting you a job. Career prep isn't an afterthought, it's baked into the course. And third, that alumni network. In the sports world, it's all about relationships, and a good network is your secret weapon. It's your ticket to finding out about jobs that never even get posted publicly. And of course, you've got to think about what works for you personally. Is there a specific niche you're passionate about, like analytics or marketing? Is the program in a city with a great sports scene and teams you'd love to intern for? What about the cost? What kind of financial aid is available? And finally, always check for international accreditation. That's your guarantee that you're investing in a high-quality education. So there you have it. You've seen the different paths you can take, you know who the top players are, and you've got a checklist for making the right choice for you. The only question left is, what's your next move going to be? Your future in the sports world is right there, waiting for you.